Well, fuck it. Start it up. Start it up.
All right, what's up, everybody? It's what's poppin', with your boy B Rice. And I don't know what we come up with. Dre, DJ Icy Hot, MVP. I don't know, nigga,
My name's
what
Dre.
it is.
It's Dre. It's Dre.
It's
Most
Dre.
people know
Hey,
me as.
it's my nigga Dre.
Yeah.
Everyone knows him. Um, we are supposed to have a guest. I'm not gonna give it away because he might come on the show at another date.
Right.
But we're just gonna roll. We gonna roll with the punches. Um,
Yeah.
this is gonna be. It's not gonna be as fun as the last episode. We talked about verses and Gucci Man. It was very fun with Sonny Soda. Shout
Right.
out, free world. But we gonna get a little serious tonight. We gonna talk about COVID. Um, we're what 8 9 months in the pandemic. Um, Supposedly there's 3 vaccines on the right around the corner. I guess we could start there because that's fresh news, right? What do you think
Okay.
about these vaccines? Um,
Okay. Well,
what are your
first,
thoughts?
I just heard a story that somebody like took a vaccine. They took this pill. It was like a fat ass pill. They said it was like the size of like their cell phone or some shit, but that it was really shitty, but it worked. And like they no longer have COVID or something. So I don't know like if that was because he already had it, but like as far as a vaccine, like I don't know, man. I don't know if I can go with a vaccine right now. Like we talk about it at my job actually that some people do want to they would take it, but a lot of us are like we want to wait until like everyone tests it out kind of first to where it has like a better approval like rating and
Okay,
then like take it. But as far as me like taking the vaccine, like I mean I already take the flu shot like every year, so like I'm not really worried about it. As a recommended, like I don't feel I don't feel like affected by it. I guess like it's kind of like a insurance to like your body, I guess, to kind of like know like you're somewhat protected of the flu. So like being able to get some type of shot or take a vaccine to be like, hey, you're kind of protected from COVID somewhat. Like, I mean, why not? Why not like roll with the, roll the dice and just like do it? You know what I mean? I mean,
yeah, I hear you. Um, I feel the same way. So my thing was like, you want to wait and see, right? Like how many. So I was watching CBS Morning News, and they said that I don't remember what vaccine exactly, but they said they had 30,000 participants, and their approval rate was 95%, like effective. Is that not a large enough sample size for you? Like 30,000 people is a good amount of people. I think when we hear these companies doing trials, we think like, oh, it's 100 people, right? It's like 50 people, right? I mean, they came out and said that it was 300. There was 30,000 people. Um, for me, that's a big enough sample size. I don't know about you. I mean, you're also talking to someone who hasn't got the flu shot since he was like 8 years old. Because I don't. It's weird.
oh, okay.
I
I mean,
don't
are you an
fear getting
anti-vaxxer?
sick.
Are you an anti-vaxxer?
No, no, I'm not. I think if you're anti-vaxxer, you're fucking stupid.
Right.
First off,
So I mean, so why
because
haven't you got the flu shot since
I just don't get sick, and the flu
you
to
just
me
don't get
isn't
sick?
gonna.
Okay.
I
All right.
know,
That's fair.
and
That's
that
fair.
sounds ignorant, and that sounds ignorant as shit.
I mean, no,
But
that's fair. That's fair. I mean, I think the
I've
reason,
had the flu one time in my life, and I felt absolutely horrible for like
yeah,
4 days.
yeah, yeah,
But other than that, I've never had the flu, right?
right, right,
Um, I work outside for a living in the conditions, right? So my immune system in generals are, I work. It was raining all day today in Kansas City the last 2 days. Guess what I was doing? I was working outside, getting wet as fuck in like
yeah,
40-degree weather, like shit that you can get sick in, shit that you can catch pneumonia in, shit you can catch the flu in. right? But I was working in this shit. I've been working in this shit for 8 years. You know what I mean? So it's
Mm-hmm.
like
Right.
it's our bodies. Like I'm no scientist, but our bodies are fucking amazing, right?
Right.
Like
I mean, depending on, but
the cute
your age matters too. Because how old are you?
26,
26. So I mean, like you're at a good, healthy age. So it's kind of like
but I have
you're
asthma
kind of
though,
able to
so I'm not
say it
like as
at a
healthy as I
time in your
could be.
life, though. But I think a lot of people would say that about themselves too, though. I think everybody would say that about themselves, that they can be a little bit more healthier than they should be. You know what I mean? But like, as far as like for being 26, I
Hmm.
mean I'm 28, so like, and this time like we're almost at like our peak. You know what I mean?
Our
And like to
prime.
where like we don't really see COVID as so much of as an effect on our lives or the people around us so much, only because I think we kind of take it for granted for how healthy we really are. But besides, like a lot of people that really are at risk, and that's kind of the reason for the whole
I see.
shutdown anyway.
I'm gonna. Can I interrupt you? I don't want to
Yeah, no,
interrupt you, but
no,
let
go
me
ahead, go
interrupt you.
ahead, go ahead,
See,
go ahead.
I don't take
Don't get
advantage
carried
of
away.
being healthier. My dad, bro. My dad has asthma. Smokes cigarettes. I just was at his house. You know, you picked me up from his house when I was in town. That man, he don't go nowhere. You know, he don't go nowhere. Not because of COVID, but he kind of doesn't like. He used to go some places, but now he really tries not to go anywhere. Right?
Yeah,
And he smokes cigarettes and he has very bad asthma. Like I mean, this man is on his nebulizer all the fucking time, right? But I'm not naive to be like, yo, if I give my dad COVID, he might not die from that shit. You know what I mean? Right? Like both my aunt and my uncle are both 70 years old, right? And they're healthy 70-year-olds, but they're also 70. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Um, I think the mistake we make with COVID is it doesn't kill us right away. And so we're like, oh, it doesn't kill me. I'm good, right? I posed this question online on Facebook and Instagram. I didn't get as many responses as I want to, but I have more no's than yeses. Should we be doing the lockdowns again? Right?
Yeah, that's why I was gonna bring
More
that up.
people said no. More people said no. And I understand where they're coming from, but I also think they're coming from somewhere because they listened to Trump and where Trump put a lot of people headwise with COVID.
Mm. Yeah,
Um,
absolutely. I agree. I agree.
Again, I'm not blaming Trump for COVID, but like this nonchalant response to it, like this, oh, like fucking cares 100 if 400,000 people die. Like nigga, that's a lot of people. Like in the grand scheme of things, 50 million Americans, right? And 400,000 Americans die. In the grand scheme of things, right? It's not that big of a deal, right? Population wise.
I
But that's
mean,
a shitty way to look at it.
it
That's
is.
a
It
shitty
is.
way
It
to look
is.
at it. If your grandparent, your dad, your brother is one of those 400,000 people who died from it.
Right. Right.
If because of COVID you can't go to work, it's because of COVID you're living in one of the homeless encampments in St. Paul or in Minneapolis. You know what I mean? Because I know
Hmm.
some people that aren't homeless, aren't drug addicts, that literally just didn't have a fucking job and couldn't pay their rent, and so they was living in one of them motherfuckers. Like, and so when we talked about this earlier, why I'm so passionate about it, I'm so passionate about it because of the stupidity of other people, right? Like, this
That's
isn't
why
a
we're in the
fucking
lockdown now.
political issue.
I mean, but that's why we're in this lockdown
Exactly.
now. Is
Wear a
because
fucking
of
mask.
because people continue to go out. People continue to go to the bars. They go to the restaurants. You know what I mean? Like,
Go to
I
the
mean, I
club.
guess I didn't really know that I was part of the problem too. Because I would go to the gym. But like I guess for some
I'm
reason
not
they felt
saying
like,
you going to the gym is part of the
but
problem, but when you went to the gym, were you wearing a mask? Were you social distancing?
yeah, you're wearing a mask,
Were
but
you
it's still
wiping your
kind of
shit
hard to you
down? Were
kind
you
of take the
wiping your
mask
hands
off when
down?
you're working out. So I mean, it's kind of oxymoron at the
Were
same
you
time.
were you 12 feet away
Yeah,
from the
you're
next
6 feet
closest person?
away for sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You
Because
still
because without a mask, you need to be at least 12 feet away from the next nigga.
right.
Um,
Yeah. So I mean,
I work for dude.
everyone going to the
I
bars
work.
is what I mean. I think it's more of the. I don't know if you can just blame it just on the bars and restaurants, but they did say like that's where most of
Can
the
I
outbreaks are
look?
happening.
So I work for a guy, right?
Yeah.
Small family owned company. Been in business in Kansas City 75 years.
Okay.
This dude's 38 years old, has a fucking family, small children. His dad's older, who is an accountant at the company, right?
Yeah.
He thinks it's bullshit, all this COVID lockdown, all this shit. He thinks what's the difference between the COVID and the flu, right? This is a man who's responsible for countless other people's family's hood, right? Because he runs a business, and not only his. And he thinks like this, bro. And that's my problem, right? And this motherfucker don't even offer healthcare. I don't got healthcare through this company.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I'm not gonna put my company on blast. I'm not gonna put his name on blast. You know what I mean? But
Mhm.
um, I've talked about this. Like, I respect this man's opinion. He's a very smart man. He makes 200,000 a year, 300,000 a year. The company's been in business for 75 years. That right generational family shit. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But like, to think that COVID's not a big deal, right? That's my issue with it. It's killed 400,000. Bro, go look at what's happening in Italy. Go, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it doesn't even have to be here. It's a global issue. It's not, you're a Democrat, I'm a Republican, I don't want to give you free money. Whatever, you know what I mean? This shit could kill you. This, I almost hope that everyone who thinks COVID's bullshit has to go to the hospital because of COVID. I don't want you to die. I don't want no one, but I want you to realize that you can be hooked up to a ventilator because of it. I want you to be like, damn, nigga, I almost died because of it. Right? I don't want you to die. I don't wish death on nobody. Right? But I think the only way people will understand is if they almost die.
Right.
Um, it's fucked up as it is, right? Because we're an ignorant group of people, especially our group, especially our generation, especially social media. Um, I just think it's I don't know. I don't know if we should lock down shit. I don't know the answer, right?
Right.
But not doing anything isn't the answer.
Right.
I don't know how you feel about my little 3 minute rant. I'll let you talk for a sec, but
um, man, I think with COVID, it's gonna trickle into next year. I think it's gonna continue to affect um most of us. And
2022. I said
hold up. I
2022.
actually had a question, but even though I don't want to just always want to throw it right back to you, I just wanted to point out because you did say like it's a little bit different in Kansas for about people wearing masks. Well, also like here, I think more in the Twin Cities, like we actually care, we actually try a little bit harder to wear our masks. Like the cities did make it more mandatory prior to like the whole state making it a mandate thing that they had to wear masks. I mean, tons of other cities that I was hearing about, like they're telling me that they don't even have to wear masks. Um, like like those small rural areas where it's like only like two or three cops. You know what I mean? That like run the city. Like they're not. No one's enforcing the mask. You know what I mean? Like, but in the Twin Cities, if you especially in Minneapolis, I mean, it's like they're not even letting you in the store without a mask. You know what I mean? To like so. it's a little bit different depending on where you're at. Um, I tend to think like
And
because
that's a problem. The
they like
different
to point out that
responses.
Minnesota nice thing, and it's like Minnesota is a little bit more like I guess like they can be kind of passive aggressive though at the same time. Like even though there's a such thing as Minnesota nice, like yeah, people wear their mask, but there's gonna be plenty of people that like just feel like they're entitled to not wear their mask. Like at the same point, you know what I mean? So there's always gonna be this conflict and people that go to the bars and you're at the bars with your mask off like you're a bum, like period, you're a bum, like don't like you're like why like what are you doing, you know what I mean, like I actually had a talk with one of the homies and we were saying that like the bars are looked at like it's kind of dirty to go down to the bars uh because it's
Because what are you doing going having fun
you're
during
going
the
down. I mean,
pandemic?
but it's not even just. I understand
You're being
what
selfish. You're being
you're doing. Like
selfish.
you want to just go and have fun, but it's like the people that you're putting at risk because you like go
You're
down
being selfish. You're
and
being
you like you're
selfish by
being
going to the
selfish. You're
bars.
bringing back to people, and it's like it's not about you. It's not always about yourself. That how healthy you can be. It's about like other
Can
people
I
like
can I say
around
one
you.
thing? Because you brought it up.
Yeah.
It's this virus. It's not about you, right?
Right.
For 99% of niggas out there, right? It's not about you, right? It's about the 1% that could die because you're being a fucking asshole. You're being selfish, right? This is really showing how selfish us are as human beings are. How we really only give a fuck about us at the end of the day. I truly only give a shit about me. I don't,
No,
you
but
know what I mean?
that's also what they say about Americans though. Like they
But
other
and
if
I
you
mean
actually
Americans,
if you've
because
looked at
look at
there's
the
like
world, look at the
trending bro,
world,
there's like straight up
look
like
at the
trending
world.
videos. There's trending videos of like other fucking countries like making fun of Americans for like the way that like we just
Exactly.
don't
Look at the
follow the
world and
fucking
how they're
rules,
hating the
bro. Like
pandemic,
we
bro.
don't follow the rules. Like they
We don't
fuck
care. We
we
don't
don't care.
care.
Like every man for themselves type shit. Like that's why
Hey, fuck
that's
that nigga. Hey, for real. We been fuck that nigga since we been a country.
hey facts.
Like, oh God, we been fuck that nigga since we been a country. We became a country because we like fuck that country. Y'all niggas taxing us too much.
Yeah, there's always
Right?
been a fight. It's always been a fight for survival.
You
One
know,
man for himself. There's always been a one man for himself country. That's
I'm
the
being a hood
problem.
ass nigga when I say it like that, but like I can be intelligent if I want. Like we've always been like
It's raw. It's
a me
raw.
country. It's always
Yeah.
been a me, a
Yeah.
me,
Yeah.
and like don't blame our generation because motherfuckers try to blame you and my generation for that shit. Nah,
Right.
this is showing everybody that it's everybody for themselves. How
Yeah.
like
Yeah. That's all.
and when you strip back like humanity, isn't that what it really is though?
Yeah, but other
Like
countries don't practice that. You know what I mean?
they don't
They
because they
don't.
value other things more than money, and
Yeah.
Americans only value money.
Exactly.
At
Yep.
the end of the day, we only value that dollar bill, bro. That almighty green dollar, that almighty foreign dollar, whatever the dollar is, nigga. Whatever I can buy, whatever, nigga. That's what we worship over here.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Chinese people.
let's clear it up. Let's take it away.
All right. Um. But shit. Let me hit this beer real quick.
Yeah, because we can talk forever, but it's definitely about that time. Again, I'm your co-host Dre. That's B Rice. You're watching What's Poppin' podcast, episode 3. At some point,
Episode
I'm
3.
excited when it becomes time to just start. Um, when you're like you start losing track,
Right. Episode I don't even remember. Just
right?
tune in.
Yeah,
Um. But we thank you for tuning in. We've been I've been pretty passionate about this. Um, wear your mask, people. If
Wear
you're
your
gonna have
mask.
Thanksgiving, if you're gonna be doing nothing, I'm trying to go to a basketball game next year, motherfuckers.